Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Von Wayne over here with Dead Slide Customs. So got the Zephyr here, the 1941 Lincoln Zephyr, and we're gonna start doing the body modifications. So we're gonna start making the front fenders, and I'm gonna start from the bottom and work my way up with a metal skeleton, and I'll show you guys kind of how I do this. It all depends on what kind of car it is, how I start. I really don't know until I start going. So this is like the midst of starting to, I already placed the metal here, placed the metal there. I didn't like the way it looked. So far I think I think I know what we're gonna do here. So I took my time and I used my English wheel, the top, just the top of it, to get this metal rounded, and I did a lot of it with just taking your knee, bending it, pretty much. I even have taken a vise and bent it. I tape it up on both so I get exact copies for left and right, passenger side and driver side. So I know I want to do a little bit of a peaked look on it, and we're gonna stay low with her, and I'm gonna see if maybe in the future, if we do a chrome bumper in the front of all this metal work. It all depends on what the customer wants, so we'll see what happens. Alright, so this is not a quick process. I'm just taking my time. I'm really just trying to make sure I like the design of what I'm doing and where it's going. So bear with me here. I gotta make sure everything flows right. I know I want to get that. Gotta be on the bottom. Okay, I think I got the first spot I'm gonna do here. So pretty much what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna get probably this wood here. Get this piece of wood, and I think this piece of wood might even be too high. That's pretty much what we want. So I'm going to put this piece of wood here on both sides, and this will mock the total bottom. Now, just for kicks, I got to see how these look as well. Alright, I believe I got a marker. I thought I had a marker on me. I'm gonna have to mark this, and I might cut one more time. my other instruments of destruction. Alright, let's see here. So I put up this piece and I realized that I like the way this looks, this whole curve coming into this panel. We're going to do our metal skeleton first, and then we're going to do our sheet metal over that. I put these up after I put these up, and I think I still made the right choice the first time. Verify that. What gives it? Out. That does. Okay, we're gonna go with our first pair here. And we'll go here. And you even got to keep in mind, do you want it to stick out farther than the nose? Do you want it to set back? I want it to stick out just a little bit more than the nose. I think we're going to leave it either that long, or I could always cut it back. Got to make sure I like it. I'm just totally contemplating everything here. Every little shape, everything that I'm wanting to do to this thing, I gotta put into perspective. Out. Okay, I got it. So now I'm gonna take these apart. You gotta remember the orientation of your metal, because make sure you do this stuff correctly. Alright. One's gonna be here. The other one's gonna be on the opposite side, right there. Now it's up to me to make sure that it's in the correct spot, orientation, all that. And you gotta make sure you still have room for your metal as well. Right there. One out, just a tad more. So if we're gonna rest down here, I want this to meet this piece, because we don't want to be all the way on the ground in case something happens. You got to be able to get something underneath it. turn my gas on my welder. Didn't turn it on. There you go, right there will tell you. For some reason she didn't like that placement. Like, no, don't do it yet. Something going on. Just for kicks. Oh, that's kind of like that, doesn't it? We're gonna go with that. Now I gotta stumble around again. Alright, so found out that I like the other orientation better. So now I gotta make sure that these are correct. And we don't run away. And I like this is better. Okay, so just like that. Now we'll go back to this spot. Okay. First piece of metal in place. Oh, round stock. First piece of round stock in place. Now, I'm going to wait for this to, I'm actually going to just leave this here, and I'm going to do the opposite side, same thing, without tapping into this or anything with anything else. So, my other two pieces here. Come over on this side. Just like that. I'll verify to make sure that's true. Yes. Okay. About here with the wood. There. Alright, I'm going to give this a quick tack and then I'm going to check measurement. Just to make sure that we're on the same track. If I just do one tack here, bend it in place. Let that cool down a second. for our first measurement, we'll do from this hole, right in the middle of this hole, to, and that's 26 exact. Alright, same thing. This hole here, we are 27. Now 26. Okay. That's 26. I'm gonna mark this on both of those so I know exactly where they are. Now that I got that shape, I want to do a couple more measurements just to be sure. So let me spin you a little here. Alright, next measurement we could do is from the tire all the way from the ground to the piece itself. So we're 23.5 on this side. And that'll give us our outward projection. Let's see here. So 23.5 would be out here. That would be 23.5. So now I bet you it changes this number here. Wow. Oh. It went to 25 3/4. So I need a little less. Down. Alright, let's see where we're at now. I'll go from the inside of the tire. We're at 23. Inside of the tire. Okay, yeah, now it's 23. I must be going on the outside here and then on the inside here. Okay, so now that that looks good, that's in the right area. I want to see about here where the height is here. So we're at 3 inches at about the halfway point, and that's right where the upper A-arm is resting, right halfway through the upper A-arm. So 3 inches on that side. And then we're a little high over here, but we didn't weld yet. All we did was tack. Now that I know that that's in the right spot, I'm gonna make sure I weld this in place, so then we'll probably come down a little bit. Alright. first pieces are in place and where they need to be. This is the most fragile state this thing can be in because it's got no support structure really yet, except for just being welded here and here. Okay, I got my other two pieces here. I think I could use half of these, but I'm not going to use the whole thing here. Let's see what I want to use and what I don't, and then I'll cut. So I would like to have the uniformity of it here, because then I could take this, I could cut this and then flip them and then make my side profile going down, starting my fender well. I gotta make sure I like that first though, and where I'm gonna cut. Where did my marker? Let's see. I knew it right there. And then I just want to again verify to see if I like the other way better, which I don't. This way is better. So this has got more of a true straight and then into a curve, like the same that I'm duplicating here. But I think what we're gonna do is right before we start curving out too much, I'd say the more I pivot it outward. Oh, you guys can't even fucking see shit. Man. Alright, so the more I pivot this thing outward, the more wider this section becomes, and the less pointed, which is a bad thing. So I like, it's not bad. We're gonna cut right here, and we can always recut this if I end up not liking it. And you never know, we might have to cut all this apart and redo it if I don't like it. I hope not. Try not to do that, but sometimes you can't help it. If it don't look right, it don't look right. Now these are the ones that I didn't want. I wanted the straights, just like that. Alright, now I'm going to undo my tape on this side. Again, the reason why I do this tape is so when I'm bending, I don't have to try to duplicate the same bend twice, because I need this on both sides. So I just do two and I tape them together, and then I'm able to get a duplicate for each side. Okay. So again, just to make sure, I have to go from here, go to here, 26. I have to make sure that this is exact while I'm going, because it's just achieves a better product in the end. Okay, we're still on track. Always mark when you can. Now, just for these quick tacks, what I'm doing is I'm not using my helmet, which, you know, if you can do it, it's better for you in the long run. But in order to get this exact, I can't worry about flipping my helmet up and flipping my helmet down when I'm trying to hold metal and measure and all that as well. So I've been taught in the past that if you don't look at it, turn your head away, there's no way you can get to your eyes if you're not staring at it. So we're going to go with a 3-inch gap in the middle. I could widen it. I could widen it to a 6-inch gap. I don't like. I could go 3 3/4. And I don't think I like that either. I think 3 inches is gonna be so 3 inches down from is what we want. We want that right there. So I'm gonna mark this. Make sure. I don't want to be doing this again. Inches away, which is there. Put the tape right at the point. Bam, right there. So I'll make my mark so I know where that thing needs to be. Okay, now that I got my mark, I want to make sure that this is parallel so it's not diving down, because I don't need it to dive down, I don't need it to dive up. And once I do this, I can't bend it up or bend it down, so it's got to be exactly level. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this other piece of 2x4 here. And this is going to be pretty much our distance from the ground. I'm going to put this on there. Again, checking my measurements right before. Goes best. Best to check. 3, 3, 4. One more fail safe that I would like to do. Just to do it. I'm going to put a mark here. That marks 3 away from the bar. Then I'm going to bring this in closer so it sits level. Get it matched up to the point. Measure your 3 right to the corner. That's it. Bam. Alright. Now that we're somewhat level, as I can see, it's wanting to come up a little on the wood. I'll push that part down a little, and then we'll weld. There we go. Oh. Got a bad round. I'm gonna get my ground closer. Seems like it's having a difficult time trying to jump all the way over there. So we'll put it right up there for now. That's good, that's good. Should be golden. Alright, let that tack cool down for a little bit. Because the more you heat it, the more it wants to, it'll move on you. But I'm going to solid weld right here and on the back of it. Makes it intact instead of just tacked in place. So again, like you could take your hand, go right over the welder, and do your tacks there. There, and then make sure to hold your wood. And another reason why I've marked this wood is so you could make sure that it is still in form, and you just hold that and it'll relax itself right where it needs to be. Sometimes you gotta give it a little to make sure it stays. Okay, so pretty much that's tacked except for the back. I'm gonna do one more tack on the back. Not to look at this. Can't look at it. So, flying blind. Oh, it's definitely welded. I'll have to sit here for a second, let this thing cool down. Did like 4 tacks trying to get that thing. Seems to be staying in place, so that's good. Happy to see that. So once that, I think I'm just going to leave this wood here in this orientation until I finish. So I'm going to grab another piece of wood. I'm going to do the same thing on this side. Pretty much just copy that over there. Remember, 3 inches out, 3 inches away. Grab myself another board. So, and then again, here we go. So I'll come on this side. I'm going to do this over here real quick, because I already know how to do it over there, so it's, you know. Here. Mark my 3 inches inward. There. Out 3. I'll line it up with measuring tape. The exact way I had it on that side. This is ready. Exact placement. Wood and mark the wood. Check this real quick again. Sure. 26. Alright. And then again, remember how it was wanting to point down a little on the wood. So I'm going to make sure I point it up a little so it's perfectly level. We are in place, so I'm going to tack it. Try to. I got a good 2 tacks on the front side. Now I want to get one on the rear. Okay. There we go. Remember, don't let it shape into what it wants. If you need to pull it a little to keep it in shape, make sure you do that. Alright. I'm going to hang with this one a little bit so this stays where I want it to be. And then once it's all cooled down, I'll remeasure, make sure that we're still in spec. Bend it out a little. There you go. And as long as that wood doesn't move, that won't move. Alright, that looks good. Alright. Now that's just a little bit here. I still got, of course, a hell of a lot more to go. So I'm just going to keep going. This is pretty much what I do. I'm going to do another part of this video once I start really getting going and you start to see a real shape here. I will do another video of it so you can kind of see what I'm talking about. I'll get you guys off of this stand here so you can see a little better. Let me see if I could just point you down here. Might be able to just tell. So yeah, pretty much what you see is this is the inner structure that we're starting. And if you notice how this metal is, this is sheet metal here wrapped around, we're gonna pretty much follow this the same shape, and I might change it here a little, like from it being flat this way, we might come out a little, you'll see once it starts to take shape. But this is pretty much a silhouette of the outside, where the same way that this looks, I'm pretty much flowing this through, and then I'm gonna make my fender design out of that. But like I said, we'll do another video of it being more done, so you can see what I'm talking about and get an idea of what we're doing here. Again, everybody, thanks again for liking and subscribing and all that junk. I don't know what subscribing does, but I guess you can do it if you want. I'm just gonna keep on doing this, and like I said, I'll just show you another video of it halfway through, and then we'll do another video of me bending all the metal and using the English wheel and shrinker stretcher I gotta bring in from the cold. Get that set up. Then we'll get all the sheet metal done. Weld all that up, grind it all down, and then start our body work and so on and so forth, just like we did shark bait. If anybody wants to just go see how we've done this before on the other project, and this is just how I do it. Everybody has their own ways of doing it. I know that there's shops out there that have a whole 48-foot section of tools that are $10,000-$20,000 that can roll a perfect fender and all that, but I don't have years of time, and I don't have the room for all that special equipment, so we got to do what we got to do with what we got. When the years go by, when I build my shop, I'm going to make sure that I get a couple better tools. I'm going to keep on bettering my work as I go, and just like the late Gene Winfield said, every day's a school day. And just like my dad used to say, if everybody could do it, if everybody could do it, no, how's it go? If it was easy, everybody could do it. So another thing is, if he can do it, I can do it. So get out there, fuck shit up, cut shit up, redo shit 3-4 times till you love it. You'll get there as long as you don't stop. A little every day, and you'll see it start to take shape. I come out here at least 4 hours a day at night if I can during the week, and then during the weekend I'm at it full tilt. I know everybody, you got to have your full-time job, you got to make your check, and then afterwards you get to do what you want with your own time, and I continue to just work. And that's, I found, the only way to make ends meet and to keep doing what you love, until one day it's all you get to do. So you can do this all day. That's the whole goal, and we're almost there. So I'm really trying to get that shop built, so then I could have some more cars in here, some more work, some more customers. So then I won't have to try to juggle all this in here. 3-car garage is really hard to work around. But again, everybody, thanks for tuning in. I hope everybody stays warm. Hopefully some snow hits us soon. I don't know if you guys want snow, but I do, because I snowmobile. But I get it. Some people hate it, some people love it. I understand. Again, I'll do another part to this video so you guys can see. But again, thanks for us seeing what I'm doing here, and looking and liking and all that. And if feel free to leave a comment. Again, everybody, this is Von Wayno from Dead Sled Customs. I'll see you again on the next video. Take it easy, everybody, and happy Thanksgiving as well.